Welcome back to Parramatta Jones Park, the venue for the Australian Fetoscorp Touch Association Division 1 Grand Final. The Cobras up against CRM as we now arrive at the peak of Season 7. A real standout as well because we have had the inaugural women's competition. 4 teams in that one, and the premiers were the Bomb Squad, largely a team filled with Farats as well. So it has been a great season. This is the culmination of a wonderful tournament, Stanto.
Yeah, this is the big one. I'm very excited to be joining you, James. We know you're the voice of touch, but today you're going to be our resident Lebanese. We're gonna induct you as Lebanese for this big grand final. And the very first touch event for our village was back in 2010. So it's really exciting to see this, as you mentioned, 7th season of this competition, and to see who will be the champs this year.
Well, I've got El Jana lined up as well, just to make sure that I'm really hammering it home, Stanto. But let's take a look at how these two teams line up. Of course, the Cobras, they're the ones to watch here. They've been championed 4 times, looking to make it 5 on the trot. It's Peter Curry in the 2, Julian Balkitis in the 3, Adam Risk, he's a danger man in number 4, Ray Maroon in the 5, Abi Haddad is the captain in 6, Anthony Stanton in the 7, Jacob Boutros in the 9, John Boutros in 11, Michael Aboud in the 12, Gerard Majali in 13, and Neville Stanton is in the 14. Now, once again, a family affair, plenty of Stantons in this one. Jason Stanton.
Yeah, very much so. And it's actually going to be tricky for you, James, because we've got Stantons on in both teams in this one. But yeah, very much a family affair. Lots of famous Lebanese names there too. You mentioned Stanton, but there's Khoury, Boutros, Abraham, lots of very famous families. And of course, Josh Essie, our tournament organizer, another famous name as well. So as we go into, well, let's have a look at the CRM team. They'll be looking for the big upset here tonight, James. We've got number 1, Nicholas John Lahoud, number 2, Anthony Saad, Emil Stanton, or as I say, Stuntin in the number 3, Francis Samia, the number 4, Joseph Riakos, I'm sure I've said that wrong, in number 5. The 6 is Bud Frome, Jordan Sard's in the 7, Jack Abraham and the captain will be wearing the number 8, Tim Abraham, the number 9. Look out for the number 10, Steve Taxi. He's an import from our little sister village, Blausere. And the number 11 is Jack George.
It might be an import, but I'm sure he's ready to fire on all cylinders. We're about to get underway here for our Division 1 Grand Final. So final checks here from the referees. And underway we go. So Cobras up against CRM. CRM with first use of the ball here. And they'll be looking to try and strike early to ensure they can apply a little bit of pressure on the Cobras, who are quite literally slipping and sliding, much like their namesake. Short delivery here into the arms of Jake Abraham, the captain. Drops it down just outside the 7. Now watch here for Tachi. Tachi then threads the needle. A beautiful pass that had no right to be thrown, but they'll go in first against the odds.
What a finish from Nicholas. John Lahoud come flying onto it. It's muddy out there. We're in the rain. Lahoud doesn't care. What a start to the grand final.
And perhaps an upset in the works early on here. Of course, a long way from the finish, but CRM starting exactly as they needed to. Steve Tachi, one of the veterans, of course, and part of that Lebanese men's open team that took it all the way to the bronze medal over in the World Cup. Now on the attack here. Come the Cobras once again. So this one hits the deck, though. And turnover there. Tough one to work with there for Abi Haddad, who, of course, is the captain of the Cobras.
Yeah, the Cobras have been the benchmark team in the Fetoscorp competition for the last few years. And CRM will be looking to pull off an upset here because the Cobras definitely would be big favourites. But a lot of stars in CRM, as you pointed out there, with Tashi, Samia and crew looking for the upset.
And here is Samia. Takes it forward, and now Tachi taking off, looking for support. Still got plenty of speed, Tachi, in those veteran legs, shall we say.
Yeah. Of course, the Fetoscorp village setting the standard, pretty much, credited for starting touch in the Lebanese community in Australia way back in 2010 was the first event. And a lot of families here, cousin versus cousin, family versus family.
Tachi set upon very quickly. Play on the call, though. They're offside, no advantage, and as a result, referee will indicate another set to work with here for CRM. So Tachi pulling all the strings early on here. They're going to be up against it, the Cobras. Tachi waiting for a chance to strike. Orchestrating through the middle. Samia working with him. Tachi stepping back towards this left-hand side. Short release, and now the long ball over the top. All for mine. Put a foot on the sideline, and the referee agrees. That'll be the turnover.
Yeah, lots of very, very big famous Lebanese names there. I think in the last game we had Jaber and Tanner, Risk. I think there were a lot of big names there. Kuri. In this game we're seeing some new names coming up. Haddad, Boutros, Stanton, Samia, Abraham. Pretty much the top-notch Lebanese touch footballers.
So now Cobras on the attack. Short delivery back through the middle once again. Arbi Haddad. Haddad with a big dummy. Waiting there in support. They scoop it up through Maroon, who stays alive in the play. Was still an option back towards the middle, but well shut down in the end there by Samia.
Yeah, the number 4 there, Adam Riss for the Cobras. He'll be someone they really got to try and handle if they're going to come up with the upset today, CRM. He had a very big season last year and a big season this year. Look out for him, the number 4, Adam Risk.
Of course, rugby league fans will also be quite familiar with Adam Risk. He's had a long, storied career for the likes of the Right Eastwood Hawks, playing as well over the years. So performing at a very high level in the Ron Massey Cup as well. Last one brought up here, a CRM takeoff on this left-hand side. There's the flick pass early on. It was quite a nice-looking one, directly into the arms of Jack George, who was good enough to take it.
Yeah, Steve Tashi there, the number 10, certainly firing a lot of warning shots, isn't he? If Cobras don't contain him, CRM are going to be a lot to handle.
Now 2 steps and down the sideline they go. Chance to draw him past. Lovely delay on the ball, then into the arms of Boutros, but they'll say the pass was forward. And that was right in front of our position here, Stanto. I could have been happy to let that one sit.
Oh, very unlucky because he was away for all money. That would have been a try. Well, I was going to say under the post. He could have been in the corner. He could have run it around. Missed opportunity there. Very unlucky. CRM dodge a bullet.
Now Jordan Sard brings it forward. Tachi playing this game at his own pace will simply crawl into acting half and now looks to accelerate once again. We'll try and set up the strike dump here. Short delivery once more up towards the 7. Tachi drops it down. Samia goes away from him. Tries to link up out wide, but they were sliding very quickly and picked it well defensively, the Cobras.
Yeah, CRM might have to tweak the strategy a little bit because they look good early with a bit of a more traditional dump scoop hitting the holes. They've sort of gone a bit static in their last couple of times down there. So let's see if they can make the adjustment. Cobras starting to feel their way into this one, James.
Nice march upfield. Risk staying alive in the play and then delivers short here. Good incisive run. Nobody with him at the moment. Samia eventually making the touch and will shut things down. Risk waiting at first receiver. Slows up the play. Looking for that strike dump. Last one brought up. Back to Risk, who then steps off the left. Pops a little pass, but it's just not quite gelling at the moment here for the Cobras.
Yeah, I think they're feeling their way into it. They're a very experienced team. As I mentioned, been setting the benchmark in this first club comp in the last few years. We'll be looking, as we come into the second half, look out for Arbi Haddad, Michael Abud. They'll stamp their authority in this grand final. But for the moment, they're just feeling their way in, and CRM with their nose in front.
Now long floating pass out to this left link position. Tachi will then wrap around to add an extra number into the play. Draws in the defence there of Alex Haddad. Oh, Tachi there with a little bobble as he was trying to pick it up. Referees were onto it. There's the turnover. In great field position now for the Cobras.
Yeah, that's one of the things CRM have really got to be switched on with. They've got to control the midfield. They've got to complete their sets if they're going to be any chance at the upset. I do get the feel that Cobras haven't quite shown their best yet, James. So CRM probably need to, get a bit of scoreboard pressure, maybe a couple more tries, get out in front while they can.
Now Samia can't sit forward. He's been busy so far. Short release from George. Then Tachi keeps it alive for Samia once again. Tachi Floating about through the middle. Last one brought up. Samia will take off. Left-footed step. Late switch here back for Tachi. Tries to stay alive in the play, but it's a really good touch once again from Risk, who's been everywhere. Now they got a call last, though. Well, there seems to be a fair bit of confusion here because initially both teams were of the belief it was the last. A false dawn. So now we get back underway, and there is the touch made. So a bit of confusion across the board, but now the turnover comes.
Yeah, pretty good adjustments there from Cobras. I think they're starting to get a bit of a feeling that they're going to have to watch Frank Samia and Steve Tashi. They're going to have to keep a close eye, and I think they've made that adjustment. They've handled them. So Cobras coming back in this now. The momentum's starting to swing. Let's see how this next few minutes plays out.
Risk out of acting half. Short pass there for Haddad, who takes the meters on offer. Then Abood. Ooh, look to be a touch pass. Play on the call, though. Risk keeps it alive. Up towards the 7 they go. Might go even one better than that. Very close at the end. Stretching out and using the wet conditions to their advantage. Threatening the late switch there as Risk was wrapping around, but ball never got released.
Yeah, better set there from the Cobras and equally good defence from CRM. So this grand final certainly got plenty left in it. They're still filling each other out. I think both these teams have got a couple gears in them. So if this is what we're going to see, it's going to get even better come second half.
Now George dancing around defenders, eventually wrapped up there by Risk. Made good inroads though. Now Frome. Tachi. Short delivery back here for Sard. Plays it quickly. Tachi scheming once again. Looking for someone to come about with an unders line, but nobody really partaking in that invitation. And Tachi will simply kill it away on this left-hand side. So, of course, the box here operating on the same side for both teams. So that removes somewhat of the strategy that we've seen perhaps at those higher levels. Lovely one-handed scoop now as Abood then gets it through the middle. Still straightening with a hop and a skip. Players there arriving in support. Lovely quick roll ball. And Abood gets the quick scoop as well. Last one brought up. No, they'll have one more, in fact, up their sleeve. So good position on the field now for Cobras to try and launch an attack. There's the last call. Abood then with a short pass. A beauty of a ball right up the middle. And the Cobras strike.
It's just sustained pressure. CRM have got to complete their sets better. They've got to control that midfield. They can't afford to just roll back like they did. Mick Abood is an absolute master at recycling the ball, inside ball, outside ball, rolling down the field. CRM gave him too much time, too much space, and the Cobras are right back in it with that one.
So locked up at one try apiece. A few changes here for CRM. Into the action comes Jake Abraham, the captain. Samia takes the meters on offer. Now short delivery here for Anthony Sard, who will drop it down along with Emil Stanton, who is working on that particular play. Tachi once again, working with Samia. Short release here for Samia. Yet to really see Tachi try and work with that strike dump. Samia once more will be the man who takes off and draws in two. Tachi pushing through, and the veterans combine. Quite simply, too much experience, and they've outsmarted them.
Yeah, Samuel, one of the best ball players in touch, I guess, not just Lebanon. One of the best long balls in the game. On that occasion, they were thinking long. They were so worried about the long ball, James. They peeled out and went one-on-one. And Frank Sam, it's like shelling peas. That short ball, that was always on. And the CRM unexpectedly out in front in the GF.
2 tries to 1 here in Division 1. Risk will try and keep it alive. There were claims that that was a touch pass, but once again, he gets away with it. Now, short delivery here from Majali. He then heads out to that left-hand side. Risk stays alive in the play on this right-hand edge, and now turns a lovely pass back on the inside for the Link, who runs a great line, and best Stephen Tachi as he goes diving to try and prevent that try, but instead we are locked up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Risk, we mentioned it earlier, just with the speed, you can't afford to give him some space. So we've seen the last try from both teams sort of been a case of not really respecting like the talent or the ball play that was in front of them. They've got to defend together, James, like shut down together, stay out together. When they get isolated like that, the cream rises to the top.
So Jacob Boutros crossing there. 2 tries apiece now as Tachi brings it forward. Roughly 15 metres away from the try line. Samia once again, carting it up towards the 7. Plays it now. Tachi Short release. Rain begins once again at Jones Park. Samia running directly at a man who once again seemed to be offside. Tachi then trying to promote the pass, but I think they've got plenty of joy there through the middle if they just keep attacking those men who are struggling to get back on side.
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty good advice there, James. You can yell out to them. The box is right there below you. Run at the offside player. You could do worse.
Now Abood with the big dummy. Rolls it back quickly. Risk has been extremely busy in this one so far. A couple of dummies and then angles back towards the middle. Short pass here for Risk. Links up with Abood once more. Good speed about his work. Shuffling it on. Once again, Abood working. Trying to find some support. We'll head back towards the middle. Tachi and Samia not panicking at this point in time. Risk stays alive here. Still an option. They can't score out of acting half. They try and fling it back to the middle, and there's a big old Falcon.
Yeah, no try there. I think might have the numbers wrong there because that was Boutros with a great scoop. He's the number 11 there, Boutros. So I think he's not coming up on our team list, but it was a great scoop there in the end goal. As a there's so much speed right across the board. We mentioned Risk, but you've got Boutros there as well. Stanton, Curry, big names right across the park. With both these teams, if you give them a space, they will and truly make you pay. So this is the challenge area, I guess, for CRM. They've got to drive down the field a bit better. The longer the game goes in a bit of an arm wrestle, it probably suits the Cobras because they've got way more experience and they're the favourites in this one.
Now Tachi takes off through the middle. Good speed, catch and pass. They score. Out wide they go. Lovely work. Clockwork precision and surgical with the execution. CRM, just as they've conceded, they put their noses back in front.
How about the talent on show there? Where's the Lebanon coach Michael Musa? Get him over here with his pad. That was a great script by Tashi in the rain and chain passing through the hands. And I think it was Stanton in the corner. What a finish. CRM, they're here to play. They're not going to let Cobras have it their own way.
They go on the attack straight away, though, the Cobras. It's now Abood. Straightening, angling around that 7-metre mark. Turns it back on the inside. Really good read, though, from Samia, who shuts it down. But they will get another set to work with here.
Yeah, Cobras very hard to hold out. We've seen that year after year. If they get an even share of possession, their ability on the line is second to none. Mick Abood there setting up there with Risk. Long ball out wide. They're just so good right across the park there.
Now going directly at that line once again. Tachi doesn't panic though. Got down low, made the touch. So back to the 7 they come once again. Played here with Anthony Stanton. Hopping in an acting half. Quick release and then it comes back out to this left-hand side. Abood once more threatening. Plays it on the 7. Risk. Abood. Good footwork. Then floats it over the top. Good chance to finish here. Stanton takes it well in difficult conditions. Stretches out and gets the try.
That's superb. That's the thing that's impressing me so much here, James. Just in the rain, the ball handling, the long ball, the step. It was Mick Abood there. You have to come in. You can't afford to just let him dive. You've got to take away that primary option. And as you mentioned, a beautiful long ball. And Stanton was scoring in the other corner. Now we've got another Stanton on the other side scoring in the corner. Stanton's everywhere.
Including in the booth, of course. As now CRM all come away with a very lucky call there. That was an awkward roll ball. Mutual infringement is the decision instead. So Nicholas John Lahoud can continue to march it forward. Followed up by Samia here. Rain intensifying at Jones Park. Tachi up around the 7. Short release once again. Tachi turns it here for Samia. Numbers on this right-hand side. Lahoud is caught once again. And there is the turnover. So good scramble on that occasion from the Cobras.
Now I was just trying to pull up the stats here. I can see the Cobras have won 4 titles. As I mentioned, setting the standard with the 4 premierships, and CRM with the one title. So they'll be looking to add a bit more silverware to their trophy cabinet here tonight.
Risk once again with a good carry and then floating a pass back out here. Boutros scoops it once more. Risk Straightening up towards the 7 he goes. Last one brought up. Risk staying alive. Then floats a pass. Good read from Samia. Shuts it down. One more to see off here. And they'll have a static start to work with, so the odds are in CRM's favour. Risk will pick it up, try and create something out of nothing, floats it over the top, and once again, a chance to finish. They nearly got on the outside. And in fact, I think they have done enough to tiptoe down the sideline and put it over for another try. So the Cobras go from strength to strength, well and truly in control now.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier in the call. If the game steadied out, the Cobras, their class would rise to the top. That was a bit of a coach killer because I don't think anyone from CRM was beat. I think they had matched them up, but the speed of Risk probably made the outside players a little bit nervous. They come in to help. They let in probably a soft try by their standards, and now they're going to have to dig deep and try and match the Cobras.
Now Lahoud works it for Samia. Saad about 15 metres away. Jordan Saab once again. Short release on this occasion. Tachi then floating a long pass. Good read. They shut down the play there. Peter Curry out wide. And that will be the turnover. No, in fact, one more to go. So we've had a few confused moments here from our two sides. Back to the middle once again, though, for CRM. Tachi slowing things down here on the 7. Gets it back and then shooting out the line very quickly was Abood. Good read from him.
Yeah, they've got so much class there. You're generally looking for a little bit of a gap, a half opportunity, but Cobras seem to have their measure for the moment.
Tachi once more. Plenty of space there for Samia. Had he gone straight away, there was a real opportunity. They will come away with the penalty, though. That's now 2 inside the 7. Cobras have to be very careful.
The rain's getting a bit heavier. It's a bit slippery underfoot here. So CRM have got to use the whole set, try and get 2 or 3 good attacking cracks. Here's a good chance.
Tachi having a crack at them, dives from distance in the wet and comes up with a big play. CRM back in the contest.
Yeah, they had to score there to keep himself in the game. The rain sort of picked up. It got a bit heavy underfoot. And with those multiple penalties, you can't really get any, little cheats or bit of a help. You've got to make the touch. You've got to get 2 feet. Tashi was aware of it. Frank Samuel was aware of it. Now we all are. And a try probably against the run of the play to the CRM.
So Cobras on the attack once again. Risk. It's been the architect for them. It's been Tachi and Samia on the other side. There goes the siren. Last play of this first half. Floating over the top. What a ball from Risk. Good recovery in the end. Touches made there by Tim Abraham. So they've managed to get themselves back in the contest, but a bit of work to do here in the second half for CRM.
Yeah, I think it's sort of going a little bit to script. CRM looked good early, and then, as we expected, Cobras lifted a couple gears, come right back in, started to dominate. CRM will have to make some adjustments to be a chance at the upset, but for the moment, Cobras appear to be charging towards a 5th title.
Let's see if they can wrap that up in the second half. A quick break and then all the action in just a moment. So back underway now for the second half between Cobras and CRM, all locked up at 4 tries apiece. That late try in that first half from CRM getting them right back in the contest. Cobras were mounting a very, very strong case for another championship here, and Abood might still have a little something to say about that. Floats it over the top. Oh, they just couldn't help themselves in the end, but what a pass from Abood into the arms of Risk. Big risk, big reward.
Yeah, CRM will wish they had that one again. Again, it's a little bit soft. No one really beat. The fourth try they let in was a bit of a misread. Now we've gone for the intercept for the fifth. So classy play from Cobras, but CRM probably wish they had that chance again. I tell you what, James, I like the family affair with but it is hard on the commentators. Multiple Boutros, multiple standards on both sides of the thing. I think it's definitely a challenge. You're doing a good job being our resident token Lebanese here tonight at Jones Park.
Well, here is Abraham, who delivers now for Samia, wrapping around there. Jake Abraham plays it back now. Tachi hanging out in that link position for the meanwhile. Spent a lot of time in the middle so far. Samia, short pass. Now Tachi threatening, popped a pass, and they just couldn't help themselves. Haddad got plenty on it, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, Arbi Haddad, he's an intercept specialist. I think he was halfway to the line to score that one, but in the wet, it just didn't stick.
Now Tachi plays it on the 7. Samia just slowing things up here a touch, inviting the opposition up to meet him. Desperate for the penalty, not forthcoming though. Back to Tachi, threatening to Burrow. Denied on this occasion, but they will finally get the call here for penalty. Probably should have come a couple of plays earlier.
Yeah, well, CRM, I think you'd made the comment in the first half, James. They had to straighten up and run at the offside player. That's where they seem to be getting a bit of joy, and that's what Tachi and Samia are trying to conjure up here again.
Now Tachi once more, and again they seem to be struggling to get back on side. Perhaps lucky not to be called once again. 5-4 it remains though. Cobra's in front. Tachi bouncing away, turns it back here for Samia. Samia will roll it down. Tachi caught there through the middle. Tachi again, this time digging deep before sending wide and trying to put it down is Jack George. Good scramble, though, from the Cobras. Not good enough. George just squeezed it in down the sideline like a trapeze artist.
Well, that was crazy stuff. And if I haven't got it wrong, I'm not sure. It might have been, was it a Stanton in the corner again? Who finished that off? Was it Jack George, was it? Wow. It was a good finish, wasn't it, James? Had to catch it in the wet and put it down under pressure from the defensive winger. Just what the doctor ordered for CRM.
Almost no room to work with, but he did a great job in the end. So now Cobra's looking to get their noses back in front. It's been a seesawing contest end-to-end. CRM started the better of the two. And then probably the second third of that first half was all dominated by the Cobras before a late try got CRM back in the contest. Risk now, bouncing away, threatening. Doesn't need to link up. Simply burns them through the middle. The hop, the skip, the change of speed, and Risk capitalizes once again.
There's no substitute for speed, and as we've been saying throughout the grand final, indeed this whole tournament, James, if you give Risk a bit of space, he'll make you pay every time. And CRM, they're going to have their hands full. They've got to make a couple corrections indeed, but they've got to keep scoring to stay in this one.
Speed mismatch there between Samia and Risk. Risk winning out. 6-5 the score. Back in front, CRM. Some more work to do once more here. Bud Frome working there with Samia. Tachi staying on the field as well. He's played big minutes. Samia. Tachi towards the 7. Correcting traffic. There to meet Samia. Tachi taking off. Once again, thought they were offside. Won't get the try, but he will get the penalty. He'll have another set to work with. In fact, this is going to go the way of Cobras here, I think, for an incorrect roll ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might have been off the mark. It was a tough one, but Cobras defended well. Good run there from Majali. He's dangerous. You give him a bit of space, Majali will make you pay. Here he is again.
Delivering out here for a boot, threatening that big Benji left foot. Planted deeply into this soggy turf, though. And there is a penalty in favour of the Cobras. So 6-5 in this. Next try could be crucial.
This is where that support work there. Like Mika Bird, we know when he gets space, when he gets opportunity, he's so dangerous. So this is what Cobras do so well. They work for each other. I think Majali there, 2 or 3 dumps in a row, doing the hard yards, getting the penalty. And now you got the likes of Abood, Haddad, Risk, putting the icing on the cake.
Now a big dummy here from Abood. Out to Risk. Who's been the danger man so far for the Cobras, arguably the best player on the pitch. Risk turns it to Abood once again. Fast feet. Links up with Risk once more. Tachi stays high, makes the touch. Caught there by Abraham. Now Abood taking off, and there's the change of pace once again, although we're going to bring it back. And they have called it here as a forward pass. So I thought initially potentially touch pass, but the signal here is forward.
It was certainly very sharp. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 50-50 call, of course. That keeps the CRM with a little bit of, just the heart beating just, James. They're still in it just with a chance, but Cobra's looking good for the moment.
Dad shutting down the space nicely, forcing CRM wider still. Out to Frome. Tachi once again there, hopping out of acting half. Last one brought up. Tachi floats a pass. That's a tough one to take in these conditions. Nothing Jordan Sard could do about that one.
It's hard. As you mentioned, Tachi having a big game, playing well. You mentioned Frome in the call, of course. Samia Stanton. They've had some really high performers CRM, but Cobras just seem to be just always one step ahead, just keeping their nose in front.
Now Haddad plays it quickly. Risk taking off, in and away, trying to get around Samia, then floats a pass. It was well watched by Jordan Sard. He takes it, and that will be the 0 touch.
And that's better defense there from CRM, working together, pushing across when the speed of Haddad or Risk comes to, rises up to the surface. You've got to connect, talk to each other, help each other out. They did it well there. They need more of that, though.
Very high line once again here from the Cobras, really pressuring this CRM attack, not allowing any free passage upfield. Samia then caught on the last. That's a great defensive set from the Cobras. They only got about 5 meters into enemy territory.
Yeah, Cobras, they've sort of gone another level now. Indeed, they've realised that if they can control the ball, control the midfield in these last few minutes, that's going to give them the title. So they're more active. They've raised the bar. They're lifting their energy. CRM have got to go with them.
Now Maroon drops it down. Then Risk out of acting half. Sends it wide here for Abood. Now the party tricks are starting to come out. The show and go, then the big step once again. Short delivery. Carting it forward. Looking to take those meters. Risk, then the in and away. Big dummy, burns them once again. Oh, Risk is playing with them out there. Everything he touches turns to gold. That might be the try that kills it. 7-5.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be the grand final. Again, as we've been mentioning, Risk, absolute class there. Mick Abood as well. But I think it's been that active defence and their drive. They went another level. CRM couldn't match them with the drive and that defence, and that's creating the opportunities for Risk and Abood. As we mentioned, you give them a chance, they'll make you pay every time.
John Boutros as well, pushing through, capitalising once more off the work of Risk. Need a hit back here. Tachi hitting the deck. Not the kind of hit back they needed. It's back to the 7 they go now. Samia humps in an acting half. Tachi navigating out to that left-hand side. Touch is made there. Tachi on this right-hand edge now, diving and picked it beautifully. Got underneath the defender. There's a hit back just when they needed it the most. 7-6.
Yeah, the clock's starting to be a factor, but CRM just with a pulse. Just with that heartbeat, trying to hang in there. Steve Tachi, too smart, running at the offside player. It's very tough. Got to get back the 7 meters, 2 feet on the line. It's hard work in these conditions. And Steve Tachi taking every advantage he can.
Now Majali, this time cutting out Abood. Went out to that right-hand side instead. Abood then hops in an acting half. Stays alive in the play, working there with Maroon. Risk floating on that right-hand edge. Back to Abood. Risk once more. Up to meet him is Frome. Patient build-up here from the Cobras. Risk on this right-hand edge. Tachi there to meet him. Roughly 15 metres away from the try line. Another one would make it very difficult for CRM. Abood, stutter step, and then threatening to bomb it long. Now, for mine, that was the touch pass, and the referees are on the spot, and they'll get the call. So CRM stay alive. Can they go the distance now?
Yeah, they're hanging in there, but this is the part of the game that the Cobras have raised the bar. Look at Majali coming up in defence. CRM have got to be able to get down the field, and the Cobras are so active. There's Stanton there again with Majali. It's a real right 1 through 14. This Cobra team's classy stuff. CRM trying to pull off a miracle here.
Tachi, then Samia. Those two combining well once again. Last one brought up. Tachi takes off, threatens to link up. Now that's hit Majali, and I don't think he made a play at it. So there is the turnover.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate because they had him in trouble there. CRM probably had to hold their width a little bit more there. Let Frank and Tashi do their thing, but Cobras equally good defence, holding them out.
Risk and then into the arms of Majali. High pressing line there from Tim Abraham, who made that touch. Majali then continuing out on this left-hand side. Nearly ran himself into touch. Then a huge circle there as if he was a semi-trailer trying to turn around. Somehow stayed alive in the play and also managed to avoid a shepherd. Eventually it arrives here for Risk. Just shy of the halfway line. John Boutros back out there under pressure. Oh, Abraham was trying to enact a big touch, but instead he hung the mid out. Ball made contact, and that could be a very crucial set restart in favour of the Cobras.
Yeah, very much so with the clock winding down, and Cobras, you'd have to think they're one try away from clinching a 5th title. CRM just hanging in there. They've been so resilient, CRM. They will not go away, making the Cobras earn it.
Risk once again. He's had the golden touch. Imagine if there is a finish here, he'd have something to say about it. Risk turns it back once again. Boutros set upon very quickly. Good read from out wide for CRM. Last one brought up. Abood to Risk. Hop and a skip. Then floats it over the top. They just couldn't help themselves. Once again, it's Abraham who's given them 2 set restarts in the past minute.
Yeah, they're saving the tries, but with each restart, with each minute that ticks over, the balance of the scales tilts towards Cobras. CRM with their handful. They've got to handle Boutros, Abood.
Boutros once again scheming. Did Abraham ever get back on side? No, he didn't. However, there was support there, so they'll get the penalty, not the playthrough. He's been in the wars the past couple of minutes here, Abraham. Boutros ushering supporters back underneath. Peter Curry hops in at acting half a moment. And then back to Abood. Now Risk as they floated on for Haddad. Oh, that looked to be a little drop. That one certainly is. So might have got away with the first, not the second though. Somehow they're still in this contest, CRM. 7-6 to the Cobras.
Yeah, they're hanging in there. I kept writing them off thinking, you know, Cobras have got it, Cobras have got it. But Cobras haven't been able to kick away from them. CRM are hanging in there. If they can get a repeat set or a penalty here, who knows what could happen.
Now Lahoud working hard in this set. Tachi then drives it forward. Samia looking for support. Floats it over the top for Lahoud. Curry comes up with a great read. Jams in from the wing and shuts it down. There's the turnover. That might be the most important touch so far.
A super save. He could have just saved him the grand final. They looked to be in trouble everywhere. I was thinking Frank was going to loft it over the top to the winger for a big try, but he saw the link open, and a great scramble from Cobras is the only thing that prevented another try for CRM.
Good meters then from Maroon and Haddad, and then Risk trying to scoop it up. Has a little bobble. They just keep leaving this door ajar. CRM can march forward now. Meters taken there by Stanton. Up over halfway they go. Followed up by Jake Abraham, the captain. Desperate to lead his team back to level terms here. Tachi. Short pass now for Samia. Drops it down on the 7. Last one brought up. Tachi. Oh, popped a pass, and this time Haddad stuck the mid out. Not sure he needed to play at that one, though.
Yeah, there's been a few of them, a few 6 against. It is a grand final, though. You gotta help your inside defenders. Sometimes a bit of nerves or, you know, on the spot, you stick their hand out. CRM with a golden opportunity here.
Tachi wrapping around, all the pressure coming. They'll pop the final pass. question mark on it, but it will stand, and we are locked up at 7 apiece.
Unbelievable. Go take a lottery ticket. How many times did I write off CRM? And how about the hands, James Preston? The rain, the conditions, the mud, they're flicking it through the hands like it's a Sunday afternoon in the sun. Great play. Can you pick a winner now? I've been saying Cobras for half an hour. CRM will not go away.
Well, it's that age-old battle, youth versus experience, and CRM have got plenty of the latter. Now a couple of dummies. Samia nearly turned inside and out. They'll stay alive still. Maroon under pressure. Samia got there, made the touch, followed up by Tachi. Back to the 7 they go. It's good work from Frome as well in that left link position. He was shutting things down as well. They're all playing a part here, CRM. This time Samia steps up. Last one brought up. They seem to have completely lost track of the count here. Frome will hop forward. Risk then throws it around the body of Frome. That certainly won't continue because he's thrown it forward around the back. And there is the turnover now called.
Yeah, he might not have felt that. There's a bit of wind down there as well, and it seemed to be all sort of tangled up. And now, somehow, I can't believe what I'm seeing on the scoreboard. Is there such a thing as a miracle? Can there be a fairy tale here at Jones Park? I'm not sure. We've got Ben Jones on the camera. He's smiling. He wants extra time.
Is the dreaded drop-off looming? That's the question here for the Cobras. They would love to finish it in regulation time. They'll feel as if they should have done it several times already. Samia carts it forward. Tachi there in support. Hops in at acting half. Short release back to Samia. They're setting up nicely once again. Last one brought up. Samia. Tachi scheming. Oh, goes to ground directly. Tachi, the wily old customer, comes up trumps once again. Can you believe it? CRM in front, 8-7.
I can't believe it. Someone check the scoreboard. I haven't got enough fingers to try and work this one out. I can't believe the blue and gold are out in front. They've been hurting them with the numbers. They've been hurting them going around and Preston. On that occasion, it looked like they were going to go around, and they've gone through. He caught everyone off guard. I was looking at the winger. I don't know what was going on. Steve Tashi said, you can look at the winger. I'm going straight. Try.
And Risk also getting a caution there as well. He blew up after that particular try. Wasn't happy. And now Abood will work it forward. Haddad. Can't be much more time remaining here. No benefit of the clock directly in front of our position. Risk out to this right-hand side. The rain starts once again. Tachi certainly used it to his best efforts, though. Can the Cobras do the same? Do the Snakes slither once again? Cobra out to this right-hand side with Risk and then floating a pass over the top. That was a pass more in desperation than anything else, though.
Yeah, he probably wish he had that again. Maybe firing it to the link or maybe like a quickie back to the acting half. Either way, CRM had the measure. And now it comes down to the drive again. You know Cobras are not going to lay down. They're not going to give up. Look at this active defense. They're flying up. Still hard to pick a winner, even as the clock winds to a finish.
Haddad was initially called out but got back on side, and now he's looking for that effort play back towards the middle. But good meters here from CRM. Last one brought up. Tachi has ideas of ending it right here. Catch and pass, but for mine a touch pass. It'll hit the deck regardless. And now the touch pass is called. So they've got to get on with things quickly here. Haddad will tap it. Heads up towards the half. Wants some fresh troops onto the field. Boutros on the follow-up as well. Forcing a back pedal here from Emil Stanton. And now out for John Boutros in the 11. Risk. It's not done with yet. He certainly might have something to say. Maroon. Risk once more. Little dummy. Maroon. Back to Risk. Hard to gauge how much time is left. So they have to be careful. There it is there. Now they can't set up for the play. They have to go direct, and they took an eternity on that final play when they had the option of setting up the strike dump. I know they didn't have the direct ability to look at the clock, but if they had their time over, I'm sure the setup comes instead of that rush at the end, Stanto.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected. Like I said, an absolute fairy tale here. Cobras are heading towards that 5th title for all money. and just somehow they were dominating the game, but just the scoreboard, they just couldn't kick on when they had the opportunities.
CRM certainly took theirs, especially Stephen Tachi toward the end with a massive play, diving deep through the centre of the defence. That proved to be the difference. 8-7 the full-time score in our Division 1 Grand Final. CRM winning captain Jake Abraham.
Yes.
Jake, that was a back-and-forth game.
Mate, crazy
An
game.
incredible contest.
Yeah. Well, we're down too late and we just came back. Boys, we said the wet weather would help us. You know, they like to throw long, they like to use it, but we knew coming in we were a chance with the weather, and yeah, we just played well. We completed most of our sets, which is what we wanted to do, and we just never stopped believing. It was great. Yeah.
And some big touches right towards the end there. A couple of big
huge.
plays as well from
Huge
your
plays.
brother as well, Tim Abraham,
Yes, Tim,
stretching out the hand
my
and
brother, yes.
knocking a few down.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, Timmy. Yeah, a couple of plays like that from Tim and Emil, Jack, the wingers. Everyone was great. Cub in the middle, played all game, didn't stop. He's massive for us, so yeah, it was great.
Well, combining the middle and the conditions here, very slippery,
Yeah.
and Stephen Tachi took full advantage
Yeah,
of it.
oh, mate, he loved it. He loves getting low, diving in the wet. It was, he was the one that came in and said the conditions, we're going to win, that's it. And he was right. He loves it like this, yeah.
Now, left it late, but it was pretty great as
Yeah,
well.
that's
This
right.
has been a tough battle, this tournament
Yeah,
itself. Getting up over the Cobras, 5 victories they're after now for this Division 1. Did you think you could do it before tap-off?
Look, if I'm being honest, we're heavy underdogs, but as I said, the weather, when I saw it was raining, I thought we were a good chance, honestly, yeah. So
Jake, you must be a very happy captain.
I am, yeah.
What message would you like to leave for the boys?
just everyone, thanks for supporting us. Josh for running the comp, James for coming to commentate, Jason, thanks for a big occasion for us. So yeah, it was great. Finally beat Cobras there. Undefeated for 5 seasons basically, so it was great effort, and yeah, just very happy for the boys. Yeah.
Jake, congratulations
Thanks.
on your victory. Enjoy it with your teammates.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks for that.
Firstly, I want to thank Westmead Touch, Paul Kader, Joe Abood and team. It's always a tough gig refereeing, 50-50 calls. It's just part and parcel of this sport. So, look, a lot of people are calling it not the Div 1 Cup, but the Cobras Cup. So I think they've shown our competition, the standard you've got to be at. They've dominated. CRM have been there before. They came back tonight. Tough conditions for everybody, the spectators, players, refs, all battled it. Everyone's got a smile on their face. I think we're very proud of the spirit the competition's played in, because that is the most important thing we've got here, the spirit of the competition. So we've got a great platform for next season. 4 girls teams. We've got a great partnership now. Lebanon Touch are down here with their academy. AKA is going to have their academy start next week. And the players that were here tonight are the elite players, and you're showing the way for the kids that are here watching, the way you're conducting yourselves. Yeah, we can all get hot under the collar at times, but we never had any major incident. If you don't believe me, you can watch it on YouTube in a few days' time. I want a special shout out to the captains, because I know it's a tough job. Arby, Jake, I know that there's responsibilities there. You do it very well. I'm proud of the way you do it. And obviously, at the end of the day, there has to be a winner. Congratulations to CRM tonight. You really have to step it up, and you did. And the standard of the game was outstanding. Something to be proud of. If I can ask Jake to come up to take a photo. Thanks, Adam, and congratulations. If I'll get you to take the cup. If I can just, if you want to say a few words, if you don't mind.
Again, thanks Josh for organising a great competition. Thanks to Jason and James for commentary and making the occasion as big as possible. Thanks to Cobras, undefeated I think for 4 or 5 seasons. We knew the weather was going to help us tonight, just how it is. And we thought we were a good chance with the weather coming in, and the boys played great. Cub, Frankie just carried us through, and everyone else did their jobs, which is what we all needed to do. And yeah, thanks to Anthony for organising and the jerseys sponsoring the team. Yeah, just a great season, boys. Proud of you all. Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you.
And okay, I'll give Jason the floor.
Everybody, thanks for everyone coming down in the rain. Big thank you to Josh and everyone for organising the event. I just wanted to highlight the obvious that, you know, obviously a lot of our families back at home having some challenges in Lebanon. So never forget to stick together, keep supporting this competition, and coming down tonight, knowing what's going on back at home and seeing everyone come and play against each other is awesome. So I hope this comp goes forever. So big thanks to Josh and all the crew. It's always special to give out the medal, and obviously a very big honour. And with great pleasure, I'd like to announce the MVP, the Jason Stanton medal, to Frank Samia.
It was a 2-horse race, and that was congratulations.
I don't know what to say. Just probably someone in our team probably a bit more deserved, but it's a shame he's not from the village. But he is an adopted son of the village. So thanks, Cub, for helping us out when we needed you this year. To the rest of the boys, you boys did your jobs. Like a couple of those tries, you boys finished off. You boys were the difference in the last few games. You boys were the difference. So as much as everyone says me and Cub carry you boys did your job again tonight. So it's a team effort, eh? So thanks, boys.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Harvey and Cobras. I'm sure we'll see you again many more times.
Well done. Well done. All right. Well done. Okay. All right. So we've still got a couple of more individual medals to recognise. We are doing a formal presentation on Sunday. Everybody's invited. Get there about 3:15. Then we can watch the NRL, hang out for a few hours. We'll go to, in case those who missed it, our second division grand final. The Matthew Essie medal went to Peter Leisha, who's yeah. So those who missed those, we would normally do this all together, but circumstances. If I could get Daniel Elias. So we've got the MVP for the regular season for second division. Daniel won it by a considerable margin. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. And I'd like to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say a few words.
The floor is yours.
Just like to thank Josh, obviously, for letting me play in this comp.
No,
It was a
it's
very
pleasure.
good comp, and just to my team for putting in the effort and getting better week in, week out. Thank you.
You're a pleasure. All right. Now, Frank, can I just steal that medal for a second? You're going to get yours in your name. All right. So these are perpetual medals. You'll get yours, the recipients will get theirs with their name on it. So it's a new trend that we're starting rather than just a generic one. So we'll be better prepared next time, I apologise. But the same way that Daniel Elias dominated the second division throughout the regular season, the equivalent in Division 1, this person actually really impressed me with his attitude in the Village Cup. A no-nonsense player. And he, I think, played outstanding tonight as well on the losing team, and that's Jacob Boutros. Congratulations. No, it was yours. You earned it.
What do? I get a speech now?
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for running the competition. I think they must have messed the scoring with me and John, so I don't know how I got this one. But
No.
credit to Cobras. Thanks to Arby for putting the team in. I think losing tonight might be good because now we've got to run it back one more year. So against the wishes of everybody else. And that's it. I'm looking forward to this village team we're looking to put in. It's really good to play with all the young boys. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well done. Thank you. Yes.